But I've been asked a lot over the past number of months about 4K. And not just as far as 4K TV. What in the world is 4K? Why should I even care about 4K? Boy, that one was hitting me right in the eye. It's not going to move over here. And should I buy a 4K camera? That's another thing I get asked, because now there's 4K cameras. So let me hold this up. Or let me just put it right here. Can everybody see this? Well, maybe I'll just hold it. This outline right here is the amount of pixels. Thank you. Oh,
We've got our van.
we have the wow. Okay, so what we have here is 4K. This is pixels. Does everybody know what a pixel is? You see it on your screen? It's a little dot. So there's 3,840 pixels across. 2,160 pixels down is the size of a 4K image. Okay, not necessarily screen, because you can have a 32-inch TV or a 55-inch TV. All this does is get bigger. Not the 4K part, but just your screen will be bigger. What we've had in the past has been 1080p, which is high definition. There's two high definitions, 720 and 1080p, and this is the size of 1080p. You hold a little bit more so we see your beautiful face and stand up. And so this is the size. So you can see that the largest high definition before is half the size of 4K. Does everybody understand that? So if you have an HD camera that does 1080p, maybe you have an older camera that only does 720, but if you have a 1080p high definition camera, a 4K would be twice the size, twice the number of pixels. So we got a lot more pixels to work with. Thank you. Unfortunately, hold that here. So what does it mean? Well, first of all, it means in television, if you've gone down to Sam's Club, where I went this morning to buy water, lots of 4K TVs and fewer high definition TVs. And 4K is also called ultra high definition. So there's all these 4K TVs. Should you buy one? Would it make any difference? Well, here's what the difference is. Simply the fact that if you get closer, if you have a 32-inch TV, which is about this size, if you have a 32-inch TV and you sit within 6 to 8 feet from that TV, you will notice the difference of 4K versus 1080p, high definition. You can see the difference. And where you'll see it is on lines, straight lines at an angle. If you're going this way, you'll see a little bit more jagged edges on a high definition than you will the 4K if you're 6 to 8 feet away. If you're beyond 6 to 8 feet, you won't tell any difference at all. You can't, because it'll be blurred enough from further away that there's no difference. So the larger the TV, and I know a lot of them now are like 50-inch for $500.
Yeah, that's fun.
4K, you could be 10 feet away or closer and you would notice the difference. Now, the question is, some people are going to ask is, should I buy a 4K TV? Has anybody ever heard of 2K? Well, believe it or not, before 4K, there was 2K. Did you buy a 2K TV? No, because they knew 4K was right around the corner coming out real quick, so they prepared for 4K TV. So you go down and buy a 4K TV. Well, Jerry, does that mean there's a larger TV coming? Yeah, there's 8K.
Oh my God.
That's going to be coming. How soon? I don't know. Right now, that's kind of a conceptual thing. But it will be, once again, even higher definition. Now, the other part people ask me is, okay, since I got a high definition TV, should I get a high definition 4K camera? Wow, there's a question. Okay, if you get a 4K camera, it's the same principle. You'll get more pixels in that camera. Does anybody tell me what that means?
More wrinkles.
Better image. Better image. What else do you get?
More wrinkles.
You're using more memory. And so what happens, there's a little issue, is when you have more memory and you're 4K, you buy a 4K camera, if you have a regular computer that's not brand new, really powerful, guess what? On your little editing program, it's going to slow down or maybe not even run. fact, some Apple computers, laptops, will not run 4K. What they do in the editing program, in order to edit fast enough, is they do a proxy, like in Premiere or Final Cut. These are editing programs. They'll use a proxy, which is the 1080p. You edit in 1080p, and then it'll change your 4K. Otherwise, it takes you too long, too much time. So should you buy a 4K camera? Well, if it's a GoPro, a little camera for sports, it's a great idea. Otherwise, it might not be, unless you want to buy more expensive hardware and take longer to edit your program. Then you go, well, then I'm lost out on 4K. Well, the editing programs will allow you to take a 1080p and upgrade it to 4K. So do I need that 4K camera? When I can take my high definition, upgrade it to 4K. And unless you're really looking close, you're not going to tell the difference. So that's the story on 4K. It's here. All the TVs are 4K. There are some advantages in TVs. Video, you just have to judge whether you want that much memory, you want to fill up the memory card a lot faster, and then editing if you want to spend all day, or if your computer is even new enough to handle it. Any questions? Mr. Artist.
Okay, so you say programs like Premiere and Final Cut can upgrade it to the 4K?
Yeah, they do as a proxy. Well, oh yeah, as far as upgrading, yeah.
So on after you've edited the movie, you have the option somewhere to
No, what you do is initially when you go in, before you bring the file in, I think it's the same with Final Cut. What you do is you size the movie for 4K. Then when you drag your movie in, the editing program will recognize it as being a 4K program and will actually upscale it. And so what it's doing though is still blending pixels to get that, but you're still at 4K.
How big are the cameras? Are
A
these,
4K camera can be like a little GoPro, about that big.
so they're
Yeah.
small?
Yeah, well, they can be small or big. It's the image sensor on the camera that makes it, run 4K. So, any other questions, real quick? So that's the story on 4K.